Is that the effect you wanted to achieve? So it really did sort of like, well, it would knock you out sonically as well as, you know, musically.
But your singing's really improved quite a lot, hasn't it, over the past kind of 14 months? 12.
You keep telling me this, Derrick. I don't believe
it has. His voice has really
when we haven't
improved.
been out on tour, the voice has not really been working. You know,
because you've been working. I mean, you've been thinking about a lot about what you've been singing and the way that you've wanted to sing. You've been thinking a lot lot about it, you know.
There's been a lot more stuff on this album that's done in lower keys. Everybody said, look, we're so pissed with you keep it's all up there, you know. So it's like, okay, you know, we'll try some lower keys. I mean, some of them are just like, feel like I'm a butterfly. It's like right down the bottom for me. Yeah, I think production-wise, this is a lot stronger. You know, Al Stone and I sat there and I thought a long time about melodies and things. You know, in the past, I paid a lot more attention to doing a bit of harmony stuff, which is not my greatest strong point, I've got to be honest, you know. But then again, sort of taking the original line which I had for the vocal and saying, no, I'm going to use that as strings, and then taking another line and thinking, well, that's brass, I could sing that, but I'll leave that to brass, and then somehow fit myself in there. And I'm getting better at doing that, getting better at coming up with stronger melodies, you know. My dog's now disappearing from the hole over there. I don't know. Panic. Yeah, and I think production-wise, you know, we spent a long time on the drums, didn't we, mate?
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
A long time on the drums. Derrick was using an electronic
Yamaha
drum kit and stuff, you know, like so we sampled some good sounds, and then Derrick would play it in, which is a really nice way of doing it, because he's such a good player, and you just get a tight thing, and it's almost like a machine, but it's not.
Feel that loose feel about it.
Yeah, and there was a lot of mixing over a very simple program pattern, and then Derrick would go over the top doing triple hi-hats and stuff, which would just really Destitute Illusions, the 7th track, 8th track or something, 7th track, yeah. And
That's the first instrumental on the album.
Yeah, well there is a vocal version, we'll put it as B-side. And so, you know, keyboard sounds and stuff, really hunted for them, you know, and really brought out some amazing old synthesizers. Toby's got this old Oxford synthesizer company keyboard, it's called Oscar, it's called an Oscar. Tiny little thing, and it's just amazing, some of the different sounds, because you find with so much of the new stuff coming out, all those vintage keyboard sounds are available to you straight away, you know, and it's very easy for people to use, but I mean, for us, we've been using it for years now, so we have to try and find newer stuff, and that doesn't always become apparent. You know, things like Godzilla were a heavy guitar, heavy distortion, and then the SE1, you know, underneath that,
Bass,
and then another higher sound on top of that to make it wow 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 wow, and then a glide on it as well, and a bend on it. So we've just been thinking, you know. I'm quite happy with the result we have got. I mean, for once, I like every track on there. I think it's kind of finished. We could have spent longer, but 5.5 months, what can you do?
I mean, my take on it is, you know, I've listened to the album now about 5 times, and I think it's sort of energy, passion, beauty, and emotion. There's a nervous up-tempo there as well.
You don't want to be a full-time journalist.
No. It's a kind of album musically that will make you smile in the morning, make you happy during the day, and it's a party album. Yeah. You know, it's something that...
We all love a monkey spank at night, don't we? Hey?
It's a 24-hour album, so it's something for everyone during the day. And it's also for the soul. Is that how you see it? Because it sounds like a personal album. I mean, you said, you know, it's very angst-ridden as well, so you put your heart and your soul into it.
Yeah, like I do with everything we do, you know, I put my heart and soul into it, because otherwise it's not worth doing, you know, and I want to make sure, you know, when we put an album out, and I think people have come to expect, I mean, not everybody likes Jamiroquai, you know, I know that, but a lot of people do like our stuff, and I want to keep them happy, you know, and I want to make sure they've got some good tunes that they like to rock with. There's a lot more boogie factor in this album, you know, there's a lot more attention to bass and stuff. And you know, I don't like to do an album with filler tracks. I'm not into that. I mean, you find a lot of bands with 3 great tracks, and 2 of them are the singles that you hear in the chart, and you go and buy the album, and it's, you know, the rest of it is just blandened up. Early morning. But we do, you know, I think there aren't many bands that can do a track like Supersonic, and a track like Canned Heat, and a track like King for a Day. And that's where we win, you know, because we can do the ballads, and we can do the faster stuff, and we can play it live, you see. And I feel it's much more difficult, and yet we can still introduce programming to it, where, you know, which is interesting for us now, because it does so much live, whereas I think when it's the other way round, for people who program all the time, it's not so easy just to suddenly go and do it live. But I think there's something for everybody there, but without it, you know, without being too, you know, we've done a track to sort of, you know, entice everybody in the album. But, you know, our audience is so huge in range. I mean, I see people 65 odd at you.
With the
Some
t-shirts
Danish
on.
woman, hello, you know, so it's like madness. Then you see little kids come, and you see, you know, all sorts of people. So, I mean, everybody wants to.
I mean, I can remember interviewing you around the time of Travelling Without Moving. You were concerned the fact that, you know, Jamiroquai is a band, it's not just you. Do you think this album does really establish the band? Because, you know, really to show every different aspect you're talking about, you did this stuff with Toby, Derrick's working on this, new bass players working on this.
Yeah, well, I think it always has done, you know. I think we have a unique situation in this band, you know, where I like to work with these guys all the time. I mean, it is actually, you know, I actually have the record deal because it was just years ago. I mean, Derrick hadn't even been around then, and Toby had only just come around, and so, I mean, people tend to see me as Jamiroquai, but when we're all